Welcome to the third lecture of Tax Liens Investing 101. Today is Sunday, January 14th, 2024. This is the third lecture. Let me start by giving you the homework. It's the most important part of the lecture. The homework is for you to read Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrant. So last time I told you to read Rich Dad Poor Dad, and this time read Cash Flow Quadrant. So today it's gonna be a road trip, and there I go again. Keep saying I shouldn't be saying that. Today is gonna be a road trip. I'll be talking to you while I'm on the road. I know you may not like hearing the sound of the car, and if so, just turn the video off. I generally don't watch videos taking the car because I don't like the sound of the engine. So the most important part anyway is the homework. Read the book, Cash Flow Quadrants. And by the way, if you are watching this early 2024, there is not much in the description, so you just have to Google the book. But if you are watching this in the second half of 2024, I'm going to have the time to work on this YouTube channel. I'm going to put the description to all the books I recommend I'm going to put the links to all the books I recommend in the description. So let's go on a road trip. Again, this is unprepared, unscripted. I'm just going to be talking whatever comes to my mind. It's the first time I'm wearing this thing. I don't know how well it's going to work. I don't think I put it right, but so you can see it from the back view mirror. Let's see if I use the right equipment. I just started using this thing which I bought recently on Amazon. I think it's gonna slide, but that's okay. Like I said last time, most of the tax lien certificates in Arizona are sold in February, but they are on different days of February. So for 2024, Maricopa County, as far as I can tell, comes first. I think it's February 6th. I'll put a link in the description. You also can Google Maricopa County tax sale 2024. Put 2024 in quotes. And you will see that it's on or around February 16th.
Boulevard toward Niagara Avenue.
The registration for the tax sale is January 18th. So one thing besides reading the book, my view is obstructed. Let me clean up the mess in my truck, in my SUV. This is obstructing my view. besides reading Cash Flow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki, try clean up as much as possible of your plate between now and January 18th. If you want to learn about tax-free investing and you are new, you have to devote every day from January 18th until February 6th to tax-free investing in Maricopa County. If you look up these people who sell courses, seminars and stuff, they sell coaching programs priced between $5,000 and $10,000. John Beck's stuff, which is no longer in business, their coaching program was $8,000. In my opinion, it's much better to take $10,000, invest it as carefully as you can, in tax-lien certificates in Arizona, and lose that $10,000, then pay $10,000 for a coaching program. If you invest recklessly, you won't learn anything. So you just lose your money and then won't learn anything. But if you do your best not to lose money and still lose $10,000, you will learn much more than you would learn by paying those coaching programs. So I don't recommend those coaching programs. I'm not giving you financial advice. You do whatever you want with your money. But again, this is my opinion. My opinion is better to take $10,000, lose it investing as carefully as you can in tax-lien certificates than to pay $10,000 for a coaching program. At least you will get a lot of experience. You can, like I said last time, you can do paper money investing. You can take a Word document, write $10,000, and then you would simulate what you would buy if you are investing real money, especially if whether you're doing online or in live auction, and then decide which liens you would have bought if you were doing real money investing, and then track those online, see which one redeemed, and when they redeem, you can calculate the interest you would have made if you made the real purchase, and then see whether you make or lose money. To do it right, you need to do some due diligence. There are two options. You can do online due diligence. That's what I did last year. I invested in Arizona tax liens last year, but I didn't go to Arizona. I stayed in California and picked the liens online and did my online due diligence. Now, there is a problem with that. It's possible that you look through Google Maps and see a nice house with a nice looking house, when the house in fact burned down a year or so ago, and Google Maps pictures are just outdated. So that's one risk you are taking when you are doing due diligence online. Another risk you are taking is sometimes you can see a house that looks nice from the street, but if you walk into the backyard, the back of the house had in fact burned down, and you wouldn't see that even if you had a recent picture taken from the street. To do due diligence really well, you have to go there in person to whichever county you are investing in, and not just look at the house from the front, but in the backyard. Now, going to the backyard is trespassing. You could get arrested, so that's also a risk you have to be mindful of. So it's kind of pick your poison. Do you want to take the risk of buying a lien on a property that has burned down from the back, or be arrested for trespassing? So it's kind of a pick your poison situation. Last year, I invested without going into Arizona. I did all my due diligence online, bought my liens, and I haven't been to Arizona since then. Now, one reason I'm showing you a road trip now is I'm gonna get closer to Arizona. It's now January 14th. The tax lien sales are in February in Arizona. I'm not going to Arizona today, but I'm gonna get closer to Arizona. So this is what this road trip is. Kind of shows you what life can be as a tax lien investor if you want to do due diligence right. Now, if you invest paper money and you do diligence right, you will certainly lose money. You won't lose much. You will lose the cost of traveling to Arizona, staying in a motel if you have to, and whatever costs associated with the trip. And you cannot make money since you are doing paper investing. If you are doing paper investing with 10,000 and you do it right, you should about break even. What you will make in interest, you will spend on due diligence. So putting $10,000 to it is not a way to make money, it's a way to learn about actually investing. What else did I want to say? So remember the most important, read Cash Flow Quadrant by Kiyosaki and clean up your plate between now and January 2017 midnight, because 2018 the list will be published online. You'll be able to register on it's an online auction. Maricopa County is an online auction that will end February 6th. I suspect you can submit your bids anytime between January 18th and February 6th, and then February 6th is when they pick the winners. Arizona is an interest bid down state. What does that mean? The amount you pay for the lien is fixed. You don't, at the auction, you don't win the auction by offering to pay more than other bidders. The amount you pay is fixed. What's not fixed is how much interest rate you will earn. All auctions start at 16%. So if you are the only bidder on a lien and you bid whatever bid amount you put online, you put a proxy bid, it doesn't matter whether you put 16% or 0%. If you are the only bidder, you will get it at 16%. If there is more than one bidder, then there is a proxy bid system where they look whoever bid the lowest interest rates. If there are two bidders but they both made the proxy bid of 10%, then it's a random allocation. It's hard to, you can look at past auctions to see what sold for what interest rate. Personally, I don't bid to get a return based on the interest rate. I bid with the hope of acquiring the property. So I make a proxy bid of 0% on all the properties I select. And even that, I don't get all of them because there are many other people who bid 0%. My recommendation is you start going not after the property, but after, at least for your first time you bid, this is your first time, go after the interest rate. So you have to determine what's the smallest acceptable interest rate. If you don't know what to do, I suggest start with 8%. Put 8% as your minimum you will accept. And then with 8%, $10,000 invested, let's say on average it takes a year for them to get redeemed. How much is that? That's $800. That's about what you would spend on due diligence. So you'd break even if you don't make a mistake. If you make a mistake, you will lose money. Now, why 8%, not 16%? If you bid 16%, either you get nothing or you will mostly get properties that nobody bid on, or nobody bid on less than 16%.
Quarter mile. Use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto the I-5 North ramp to Los Angeles.
And those, my guess is, those are riskier properties than the ones that are bid down to 8%. So first year, do 8% and then adjust. You can, if you want to select more rationally, you can study the history of the past auctions if you have time for it, and determine what optimal interest rate. Maybe 4% makes more sense, but you can start with 8% and then see how many you get from the ones you select. The way the auction system works is you put a budget. So I'm going to assume you're going to invest a maximum of $10,000. Once you decide on a budget of $10,000, you put a $1,000 deposit in the auction system, in the online auction for Maricopa County. and then the auction software knows not to that you are limited to $10,000. So if you select tax liens worth a total of $30,000, you can input all those into the online software, and it's smart enough to know once you got enough tax liens to spend your 10,000, then it won't send you a bill of more than 10,000. It will just start bidding in your behalf. So you would put $1,000 deposit, and then the auction goes, and then you get an email which ones you won, and you're given like 24 hours to pay the balance. Otherwise, they will forfeit your deposit. So make sure you don't go on vacation once you're done. Stay close to your email. Keep checking your email, and then you will make the payments online through the ACH system. And since you will, before the auction, you pay $1,000 deposit, then you know that the ACH system works with your bank.
I-5 north for 23 miles.
So now I'm in San Diego. I'm leaving San Diego, going to Encinitas Farms to buy some berries. And then I'm going to drive close to, I'm going to drive towards 29 Palms. I don't know where I would stop. I'm going to be house sitting in 29 Palms from January 20th to January 27th, but the owner told me I can come as early as January 16th, which is after tomorrow. So I'm gonna go in Encinitas Farms, probably Restaurant Depot, to buy some food and head towards in direction of 29 Palms until 5 p.m. Wherever I happen to be at 5 p.m., I'm gonna start looking for a motel to stay 2 nights. I'm planning to get to Arizona January 31st, but I won't go to Maricopa County before the January 6th because I'm scheduled to house and dog sit in Fort Mojave for a couple of days late January, and then the first week of February in Prescott. So I'm going to investigate in person Mojave tax liens and Yavapai County tax liens. So I won't bid in Maricopa, most likely not. I may, but most likely I won't. But if you want to bid in more than 2 counties, then I suggest is you focus on Maricopa County between January 8th and January 6th and February 6th, and then pick a second county and focus on that one from February 7th until the auction date. Which county you should pick? Well, if you live in a county in Arizona, pick that one, whichever county you live in. If you have family or a special reason to go to any county in Arizona, whatever it is, other than investing, family, friends, favorite concert, favorite Grand Canyon, whatever it is, pick that county. If not, pick Maricopa because it's the first, and then pick whoever is the last. That's why you pick 2 counties, and you get to focus on one county at a time, because as you will see, it's a lot of work to work any county, especially as a beginner. I have been investing in Arizona since 2019. Actually, I bought 2 liens around 2010, but it wasn't much, without much work. I just picked 2 liens online without going there. And I made very little money, like $20 or something like that, some negligible amount. So I don't count those. But I have been pursuing it more seriously since 2019. And I still find it hard to deal with all these counties having auctions a day apart, 2 days apart, and stuff like that. So as a beginner, go for 2 counties, Maricopa the first, and then whichever one is the last. Unless you have, like I said, special reasons to be in a specific county. From now until February 6th, I will only be talking to you about Maricopa County tax sale, where I most likely won't invest myself. And then from February 7th to whichever is the last auction, I would either talk to you about whichever has the auction last, or if one where I invest has an auction close enough to the last, then I will talk about that one. I'm done with what I have to say. Just enjoy the ride. I'm gonna keep filming until I get to Encinitas Farms and then stop filming there. So just enjoy the ride. If I think of something along the way, I will say it. Otherwise, just enjoy Southern California, San Diego County. We are no longer in San Diego City, but we are still in San Diego County. By the way, last second lecture, I stopped it when I was fighting with printers and scanners. So I managed to print those notices. I sent them. The FedEx one was delivered. That's a big house in Arizona. Was delivered. No signature required. They left it on the door, and FedEx sent me a picture of the letter left on the door. That's certainly the notice to foreclose. The certified, I mailed them on Thursday. What day was that? January 11th. The certified mails, the first class letters, I don't know what happened to them because they are not tracked. The certified mails haven't been delivered yet. I haven't checked the status. I'll check sometime this week. Probably Thursday or something like that. Those are properties with expired redemption period. I bought the liens last year, and through some technique I will teach you later, even though the redemption period is 3 years, sometimes you can start foreclosure a year after you buy the lien. Sometimes immediately, sometimes after 3 years. I'll get into those down the road. So just wanted to follow up on the previous lecture. The previous lecture, you've seen me work in a home office. This time, you see me on the field, kind of. I'm driving to Arizona, so that's kind of being on the field. Description. Depending on when you are watching this video, there'll be either almost nothing in description or a lot of information. Like right now, January, February, I'm very busy with Arizona tax liens, so I won't have time to do things properly in YouTube and edit the video or put a lot of information in the description. But down the road, if you're watching this video second half of 2024 or after 2024, then there will be additional information in the description. And don't forget to comment, not just about investing, but I'm looking for help in my public speaking. So if you have comments, do I speak too slow, too fast? Do you have trouble understanding what I say? Do I not articulate? Do I lack passion? Whatever comment, put 3 things that you like and 3 things that you don't like. It's important to put 3 things that you like too, because let's say 90% of people think I speak too fast and 10% think I speak too slow. If only the 10% speak up, then I may speed it up, even though the majority of people think I speak too fast. So make sure you put things you like, things you don't like. Put 3 of each. That way you will balance it out. If I see 90% of people saying I speak too fast, 10% I speak too slow, then I know to slow it down. Or if 90% say I speak at the right speed, not too fast, not too slow, and 10% say I speak too slow, then I won't speed it up. If you live far from Arizona, I live in California. California doesn't sell tax liens, so Arizona is the closest state where I can buy liens. California is a tax deed state, but I've never been to a tax deduction, but I heard the competition is very crazy. If you live too far from Arizona, you would have to learn the rules. You have to pick a state close to yours, where you live, and learn the rules for that state. Each state is different, and sometimes there are differences between counties too. And invest there. You can take whatever I teach you here and adapt it to your state. Down the road, I may create a website. I own the domain name taxliensuniversity.com, but there's no website there right now, and there won't be for any time soon. But if I get a lot of comments in the description, I may create a website and forum community so we can discuss various nuances of each state. For now, I would be talking about Arizona because that's where I've been investing the last 5 years. In the last 15 years, the only state I bought tax liens in is Arizona. I bought 2 in 2010, 2011, and from 2009 until now, until 2019, I haven't bought any other liens. So my expertise now is Arizona and no other state. In the past, I bought liens in Maryland, Baltimore City, South Carolina, Oklahoma. Oklahoma stopped selling tax liens. So I used to invest a lot in Oklahoma, and then when they stopped, I kind of took time off from tax liens investing.
Costa Avenue for half a mile. In a quarter mile, turn right onto Saxony Road.
Don't forget your homework. Cash Flow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki. Check the description whether or not I put a link. If there's no link in the description,
Take
just
the next
Google it
right onto Saxony
or look it
Road,
up on
then
Amazon.
Your destination will be on the left.
And clean up your to-do list, clean up your plate. Make sure that on January 18th you will have the bandwidth to focus on tax-linked investing in Maricopa County.
Your destination is on the left.
Oops, wrong parking. I parked in handicap, which I'm not.